Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You are listening to LRB Digital, and I'm here today at the Maher Zain 1 UK Tour 2017 in association with Penny Appeal. And I have with me none other than Brother Maher Zain. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, it's great to see you again in Leicester Sharif. How's your day been?
Great, alhamdulillah. 6-hour bus tour, so
From where? From Turkey? From where? Where you? From Glasgow. Oh, bus tour, right? I thought you said, okay, right, okay.
Yeah,
And
bus tour.
how was the journey down here?
It was nice. We had a good talk with the people, with us. So we had a good time.
Excellent.
We always have a good time on.
And you're in your favorite city, right?
Yeah.
You have to say that now. Right, you have to say that now.
Okay, khalas.
Okay, Brother Maher, look, the listeners out there are wanting to know a bit more about the Maher Zain, okay? MashaAllah, you've been filling the airwaves for many years now, okay? And you've been coming to Leicester and many cities around UK. I know this is the second one, right? Of how many cities? 10 cities. So this is the second one. And tell us a bit about why you decided to do this tour with Penny Appeal.
I mean, we always collaborate with many charity organizations, and this is like we feel that we have that responsibility, to give back and to also do charity work, and not just like do regular concerts. And actually, most of our tours all around the world has been charity tours. So we've been always doing that, and inshallah we will continue doing that as well.
And tell us a bit about how this all started. You're into music, I understand, from a young age. Tell us a bit about how you got into music, and then how you decided to change your direction and become more in terms of the Muslim market.
I mean, it's always been there. Music has always been there since I was young, and like fast forward to until when I was 27. That's when I have the change of heart, and
You look 27 now, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's a good thing, right? But when I was 27, that's when I had this change, in my life. And I just decided that, I have the experience and I know the power of music. And I decided that, I could do something good out of it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving me that talent. And I know talent is a gift. So let's use it for something good, inshallah. And, be rewarded and also, benefit others and not just myself. So that's what happens. And the rest is history, actually.
MashaAllah. And what gives you the greatest satisfaction? Is it sort of seeing and hearing, seeing your YouTube numbers go up, or your number of fans go up, or is it actually something else that you see when you go out and see people listen to your music?
Absolutely. Numbers are just numbers, and the real deal is the impact that we're actually having on people. Alhamdulillah, when we hear that, from many, sometimes, I really need to hear these things, Like yesterday, I had in a meet and greet, there was a mother and a daughter, and the daughter's name is Hanan. And her mother she's 6 years old. She told me that she's been listening to me since she was 3 years old. And she's been learning a lot, salawat through my music. And it's just like beautiful to hear these things, that it's actually benefiting, and it's like, educating and teaching people about Prophet ﷺ, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about like, don't take your mother for granted, and a lot of things that I sing about, in my songs. So every time I hear these things, that's what actually giving me the drive and motivation. And it's fun, of course, what we're doing is fun. We tour all around the world and we have fun. It's tough on us, stuff on our families sometimes, but we deal with it. It's becoming a lifestyle. So, yeah.
In terms of the youngsters, the young generation, they're growing up, particularly here in the West, right? In a country like USA or in Britain here, youngsters are listening to all sorts of music. What is the point of difference you think your music brings young Muslims who are perhaps listening to a variety of different artists? What is the point of difference that you want to achieve with your music?
I mean, it's just an option, we always say this, and when someone wants to, listen to something spiritual, something uplifting, inspiring, I say this because people tell us this, when we want to do that, we go listen to Maher Zain, for example, and Maher Zain songs, and I like, so that's like, that's one of the difference, actually. The main difference is actually the message that, that music is delivering. So, otherwise we are doing music, we are, just like any music out there. It's just like the content,
I mean, the words, and obviously children waking up in the morning, listen to your music, they're going to school and they're hearing Darood, they're hearing Allah's name, they're hearing good messages. That is very, very positive for them spiritually. and also in terms of their outlook on life. Yeah, you must have come across some challenges in your life. Yeah, in particular, what is a lesson you've learned that you could pass to maybe some of the younger generations out there? Is there anything in particular that comes to mind about your journey, about how you achieved your success? What is the thing that you think is a good message for youngsters?
I mean, something that I've learned, is that we all have some kind of a talent, but talent is not enough. You need to work hard. You need to have good people around you, that tell you off when you're doing something wrong, and not just people, like myself, for example, as an artist. A lot of people would just come and praise me, tell me, oh, the voice, the music, this and that. But then you need to have that, like on the other side, your family, your friends, like in my case, my record label is also like my family. You have that, that corrects you, right? But to always remember, who you are and where you were, before, and how you came here, and to not like become, big-headed or anything, think that you created this with your own hands, because talent is not something that you can manufacture. This is something that's given, and something like as big as a talent, something that's a gift. It comes with a great responsibility, So that, alhamdulillah, I'm aware of that and always think of it, and again, the people around me, my family and everyone. So always reminds me to stay on the ground and remember who you are. I used to work, as a truck driver. I used to work like, 40, 50 hours a week, and, make whatever I made, like, so always like be thankful, be grateful, and be satisfied with what you have.
That's great, and great advice, I'm sure, for our listeners out there. Now tell us a bit about this new album, right? So new album has been released now,
yes,
officially.
Yes.
And what is the kind of the message you're trying to give with this new album? What is, when you're looking at the songs and the content, what is it you're trying to achieve with the new album?
I mean, this album is like the third album, and it was released a year ago.
And it's called?
One. And that's actually the message behind the whole song, one. One is like about, one God, one humanity, one world,
One
it's just like...
right? One purpose.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's just like unity, it's talking about unity. In these difficult times and difficult things that we, see everywhere in the world. It's just like someone needs to speak out about unity, And many people are doing that, and we felt that through music we wanted to do that as well. And hopefully, inshallah, it will, benefit and have impact.
I noticed you've also set up your own charity, One Family. Yeah, I was there, I think, last year at the launch in London. Yeah, I mean, again, but that's you're trying to achieve something slightly different than the mainstream charity. Just tell us a bit about One Family.
I mean, One Family is just that, exactly what we're talking about, the one, the unity. And again, you were talking about numbers earlier. We have like, just on social media, we have combined over 30 million fans, followers and stuff. So we were discussing this, we were saying like, okay, and then, so what are we gonna do about it, And that's actually the idea, where it was, that was the inspiration behind the idea, One Family, to create some kind of a global community, to engage with the fans, and not just like they love me as an artist and they wanna, just come and watch me and listen to me and stuff. No, we want to do something together. We wanna achieve this great work that we can do, actually, because we have fans all around the world, So why don't we, ask them, go clean a street one day, for example, go visit the sick one day, just like small deeds that we take for granted. But these things can make a big change, and it can just like, there's so many things to do, and we have so many people all around the world that we can channel to do good stuff. And this is the whole idea, creating a global community. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in a world where, people are becoming more divided, they are forgetting that we are actually all human beings, and ultimately we're all going to end up in the same place, but we have to live a life that's fruitful and full of success and challenges. So in a time that we're facing the backdrop to all of that, having One Family seems to be the right thing at the right time, right?
Yeah, because we are one family, actually. That's like, I have a song called One Big Family, and that's also where the idea for the name came. It's so easy if you just think about it. It's not like you and me, we really look the same. We have eyes, we have nose, I always think about these things, and how hard can it be?
This is I'm not as good looking as you, okay?
Stop it. But it's really, you know what I mean? It's just like everywhere you go in the world, okay, we might look different, but we're not different, At the end of the day, everything that we go through, everything that we feel at a certain level, it's all the same,
Tell us a bit about the non-Muslim listeners. Where are we with non-Muslim listeners and listeners from all backgrounds, yeah? Where are we with that? How is that appealing?
I always say this, music is an international language, and it's really like brings people together, and we've seen that, how music is like it's actually reaching a lot of people, and many non-Muslim people, they come to our events and they write about us in the news, and we have people like writing on my social media. You can see like comments on YouTube. It's like, I'm a Christian, but I love your songs, And it's just something that, we're all human beings, we get affected in the same way. Again, that one family, one humanity. And so music, it's international language, and you can reach out. And I really felt that after I started working with this as well, that you can really just the message that we have is global. The music is the beats, the melodies. We try to make it as nice and catchy as possible, and it's reaching out. We've noticed that.
Mainstream music, the mainstream music market, maybe in America, maybe in other parts of Europe, are there any plans for you to break into that market, or are you going to stick with predominantly the Muslim market in terms of your listeners?
I'm going to continue, inshallah, doing what I'm doing. And then if the opportunity comes on my terms, to go out there and collaborate. I've actually done collaborations with, mainstream artists such as Atif Aslam, and then Mustafa Ceceli in Turkey and other. So I'm open for that, but it needs to be like, with a purpose. It's not just like I want to become a famous artist. I could have done that because I used to be on that side. I had the opportunity. I was working with one of the world's greatest producers, Red One, and had that opportunity, but I left it. So inshallah, I don't see myself going back there, on their terms. Rather, I would love to go there on my terms. Meaning, I would love to go there and do something good, collaborate with any artist, just like doing something good, have a good impact, and not just do it for the sake of doing it.
Muslims around the world are very diverse, and the cultural diversity is quite something to be proud of, from around the world. And even in Britain, we have, we are a reflection. The Muslim population in Britain is a reflection of Britain itself. Your music, has achieved that, managed to penetrate that diversity. Do you think that there's anything else you can do to bridge the gaps and to keep people united, whether they're of Muslim faith, whether they're of Christian faith or of Jewish faith? What is the next big thing that Maher Zain can do you think, with regards to bringing together the different faiths?
One family, just going further with it, going on with it, inshallah, and bringing people together to, I always say this, we have differences, yes, but let's set the differences aside and see what we have in common, and let's, capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Well, look,
that's what I think. I really think about that. Just set the differences aside, and let's focus on the good things that we can do together, and let's do it.
It's quite simple, really, isn't it?
It is. I swear it's it. It is.
And one final thing, I get asked a lot to ask you about what is your favorite track out of all the tracks. How many tracks have you done in total now since you started?
I don't know, at least 45 maybe.
45?
Yeah.
40 plus, right?
I think so, 40 plus, yeah.
You must have a favorite.
I mean, it depends. Look, again, we human beings, we are driven by emotions, right? So sometimes, like today, for example, I was in the bus, I was listening to Spotify, and then I put something called like, relaxing music. It's just like, so today I felt like I wanted to listen to something that makes me calm, just like, and sometimes, you listen to, sometimes you want to feel uplifted, you listen to an upbeat song. So it depends, where you are. But like if we go to performance mode, for example, I love performing, the songs that I performed today. For example, you have Mawlaya Salli, Nabuwa for me, Insha'Allah, and emotional songs like, Alayka Sallallah, I Love You So. So it depends, it depends. Everything has its, it depends which mood you're in. I think everyone can agree with me on that,
Absolutely. I mean, the selection you had today was absolutely fantastic. And mashallah, I think everybody really, really was ecstatic today. Brother Maher Zain, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We welcome you back anytime to Leicester Sharif. This is being broadcast in Leicester and in London now. And inshallah, it will become national in years to come. One final message, please. What is the best radio station that you've heard of?
LRB. It's live, it's real, and it's the best.